Hello guys, so I want to talk about some of the lessons that I've learned, some of the things that I've noticed with the whole Celsius and the Terra Luna saga that has happened recently, right? I look at what happened with Celsius initially. I made a video before Celsius closed down withdrawals, and that video was met with a lot of resistance, and a lot of the Celsius community did not like to see that. They were like, "You're spreading FUD. This is FUD. Don't talk about this. Everything is okay. They're just people who hate on us because of all this good that we're doing." And one thing that I realized is this, right? As going through that whole experience was this, that a lot of the channels that were making content to say that everything is going to be all right, let's trust Alec Mashinsky, let's trust Alex Mashinsky, let's keep going ahead, those channels grew significantly, right? And it's something that because I always try to look at what's going on in the space, what do people like, what are people watching, and all that good stuff, right? Those channels grew significantly because they told people what they wanted to hear. Essentially what they did is they were giving people reassurance. And I would ask myself this question: do these people not know better? And in many cases, I don't think that's the case. I think they know better, but they're just giving people what they want. They're just throwing that red meat to get people excited, riled up, and to get people to subscribe. Right? That's what I realized. Same thing with Terra Luna. If you look at Terra Luna, as it was going towards its collapse, some people kept talking about buy the dip when it was crashing, and some people bought the dip. And those channels did well. And you notice one thing, that people sometimes what they want is not information. They just want someone to give them reassurance, to settle down their emotions. They're scared. They just want someone to calm them down. That's all. And I think it's important that people know that. The reason is simple. If you're watching content, crypto content, you need to know why you're watching it. And if that's the reason, then you need to know it and be honest with yourself. Unfortunately, what I do find is that people don't seem to have any nuanced thinking, right? It's either everything is good or everything is bad. If you say anything that goes against this, you're the enemy himself. But in cases like that, it leads to most people becoming victims of these things. The same way people were victims for Terra Luna, the same way people were victims for Celsius. And in the end, those people, what they say is always the same thing, that I was tricked too, right? And I was tricked too, and I also lost money. But you should know this as well, that it's not the same. A crypto influencer losing money and someone else losing money who's not a crypto influencer, it's different. Because in many cases, those influencers had already earned millions of dollars in referral income. So they're losing the millions of dollars of referral income that they got. It's not the same as you taking your hard-earned money and putting it into to that project. It's just not the same. So because it seems like this is how it works, right? They keep reassuring you everything is going to be okay because that's what you want to hear. Everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. And then when things go bad, say, well, I didn't know, I was scammed too. I also lost such and such an amount of money, right? That's the next stage. And then people fall for it. Maybe I shouldn't use the word fall for it, because maybe it's not a scam. It's just the way things unfold, right? And then people fall for it and say, we all lost money. We're all in this together. And then everything goes ahead. And the cryptocurrencies never die. And they keep shilling those projects that are dead again and over and over and over and over again. If you want to notice one thing, take a look at the whole Terra Luna ecosystem right now. It's got massive engagement on YouTube. So there's still people who are shilling the stuff. And to think that all of those people don't know any better, they don't know that the potential survival of this thing is, the risks here are so much increased, and the potential growth of it in the next bull run is very, very low. But people are still making daily content. People who should know better are still making daily content and still growing their channels by doing it. This is a strategy that I could have used, because obviously I've seen it work several times, where you just start shilling a coin that you know is going nowhere, but it's good for engagement. Right now, if you take a look at the whole Terra Luna and Luna Classic ecosystems, they get more engagement than the whole Pulse Chain and Hex ecosystem right now. You can check, all you need to do is just Google Pulse Chain, check the top videos in the last 24 hours, the views that they have, and check Terra Luna, the top videos, and how many views they have in the last 24 hours. It shows you that those ecosystems are getting massive amounts of engagement. But it just looks like people who are sending more and more people to the slaughterhouse. That's what it looks like. Right now, are they doing that? Nobody knows. But I do think that the people who are shilling these coins are definitely in many cases know better. Now some are still new in the crypto space, maybe they don't, but I think majority do know better than to shill a coin that probably is not going to do pretty well, that is just going to be perpetual dumping on top of dumping on top of dumping, that there won't be any good price performance. Anyway, the moral of the story, the purpose of the video is this: that I think everyone should know why they watch crypto content. It's very, very important. Is it for to just get to reinforce beliefs that you already hold? Is it for that reassurance? Is it because you want to get that warm, fuzzy feeling right in your heart? Is that the reason? And if that is the reason, you've got to understand that, okay, if I'm going to do research for myself, I'm going to go to primary sources. That's the best place to do research, because all of us, that's what we do, right? Anyone who makes content, he has to go and check out possibly news articles, the academic papers released, Twitter, Telegram, and YouTube as well. Yeah. But you've got to use multiple sources in order to get your own non-biased information. There's nothing like non-biased, right? Because obviously you have a bias, I have a bias, so all the information we come up with is going to have some kind of a bias. But I think you get a more holistic perspective. I think research is the most important part of the crypto game, because you don't want to be the person who gets wrecked at the end of this. You want to be the someone who learns from the mistakes of others, and also some mistakes that you make if you do make some mistakes. But you also want to be able to do your own research and learn from that and use that as your investment thesis. All in all, I just thought I'd share this information because Celcius, we just said that they're now filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and look, we don't have much information right now of how all of this will unfold, but I think it's important moving forward that anyone who's been wrecked starts to make the right decision right now. And if you haven't, learn from it. Learn from it. Learn from it. Learn from it. The key part of the video is that's just know exactly what you're getting from each source that you use to get information from. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And again, this is not financial advice, and I will see you again next time.